A gathering of Lutherans said, let's create an agency to serve in our community. So LSSI launched in Illinois. Woo! Zoom to 1933, that's when Bill Fleck joined the team. Collecting change, then carving wood, serving God like we all should. He's a true friend, we thank God for Bill. Now it's 2022, we're all here to say thank you for changing lives across the state, preserving Christ in countless ways. It's LSSI's true friend Masquerade.
Thank you.
Wow, I had no idea that you were going to rock and roll with me. How fun is that? I invite you to please bow your head in prayer. Holy God, we offer to you our prayers of joy and thanksgiving for Lutheran Social Services of Illinois. We praise you for their life-transforming ministry of care and services to this place. We give you thanks for their 155 years of serving. Bless this evening of celebration. Bless our honored guests. Bless the food that has been prepared for us. Continue to uphold and empower the work of LSSI. Give us eyes to see how you are made visible through the ministries of Lutheran Social Services of Illinois. Give us hearts to care for those who most are in need and most impacted by the ministries of LSSI. May we all be your hands and your feet in the world this day and every day. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, we pray. Amen. I invite you to look back where the band has been playing, and let's give an applause for our fantastic music. Fantastic music and a delicious meal. And I also want at this point, so I'm going to ask you to applaud again in just a second. I want you to help welcome our virtual guests who have now just joined us. So, yay! We are going to start this portion of our night out by picking a winner for our special raffle from the cocktail hour for first-time attendees. And if you don't know what the award is, it's quite fantastic. It says, as a first-time attendee of LSSI's True Friends Celebration, you will be entered to win a complimentary night at tonight's venue, the Union League Club of Chicago. So, all of you first-time guests, welcome to you, and I hope you are excited. I want to invite Pastor Michael Clark to come forward, and he is going to do the drawing for us. So you can come up to the microphone because you will draw and you will speak. Hopefully it's going to be a name that's super difficult to pronounce so that you have fun with it.
John Smith. No, I'm sorry. Ann Kivico. I got a thought to just say the name.
Congratulations to Anne. You can pick up your prize at checkout before you leave this evening. In your programs and on the posters that you saw during the cocktail hour and the posters that were, some people were walking around and showing them to us and making us ooh and ah about tonight's live auction items, I hope that you are ready to bid. So it is time to start our live auction and paddle raise. But first, let me introduce to you tonight's auctioneer. This is super impressive. She is one of only 250 professional fundraiser auctioneers in the world. And so please welcome our auctioneer and friend of LSSI, Aaron Williams. Woohoo!
Oh my goodness, what an introduction. The bar is set high. Well, hello and welcome to our gala this evening. I want you all to turn around and wave really big because there's the camera, and welcome again our virtual guests. Hi, virtual guests. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. You all are actually headed to a really unique True Friends Celebration virtual experience, but don't go away because you're going to come back and you're going to participate in our very special moment of giving. So bye, see you later. All right, for all of us here in the room, I feel family tonight. As I was visiting with you all and as I was looking around the room, my goodness, it just feels like family in here tonight. So we're going to have a lot of fun with our live auction. Now, there are some big white envelopes in the middle of your table, and inside those envelopes is your paddles. And so I need you to rip open those. There we go. I need you to dig into those envelopes and find your paddle. Now make sure that you're using your paddle. It has your name on it. Although it might be a good strategy to use your neighbor's, right? So get your paddles out. I see them being distributed. We're going to have a live auction tonight. We're going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to raise lots and lots of money for the mission of LSSI. Now, I see most of you have yours. I want to see them in the air. Let's see them in the air. This is the only time tonight you get to do it for free. Otherwise, you're going to buy something, right? All right, everyone in the air, our photographer is going to take a family photo. I want to see every single paddle in the air. Look at the fundraising potential in here tonight. Oh, I love it so much. Okay, ready? Follow me. Up and down. Up and down. Up. You just hang on right there. Just hang on. I'll tell you when to put it down. That's how it works. Now you're all auction professionals. One more thing. Turn to your neighbor, the one that you did not come with tonight. Turn to your neighbor and repeat after me. Are you ready? You have my permission to bid as much as you'd like. Now we all have permission, so no one can be in trouble tonight, all right? Wonderful, wonderful. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our first live auction item is some very, very special LSSI history. Some historical postcards. LSSI's 155th anniversary of its founding is on Monday. Did you know that? Yes, I think that's worth an applause. Thank you. This is your chance to own a piece of LSSI history, and you're going to get the Chicago History Museum membership and book. You can proudly display this piece of LSSI history with the commemorative postcards. Now, here's what's really interesting. Andover was founded in 1867. That was the founding of LSSI. One of these postcards, that's where it's from. Can you imagine that? 1867. And because of the cholera epidemic, children were left orphaned. And so LSSI was founded to fulfill that need, right? The second home opened and is still operational today. It's not a residential home, but it is still serving children and families in our community. So how wonderful. You can own a piece of LSSI history and support LSSI's mission tonight. So how fun for our first live auction item. Let's do it. 500 where? What are you going to get? 5? Yes, now 6, now 7, now 800. I'm at 7, now 8, now 9, now 1,000. What do you give? 1,000, now 1,100, now 12, now 1,200, now 13. What do you give? 13. Ma'am, your turn. Look at me. I'll tell you what to do. 1,300, 1,300. Whoa, now 14, now 1,400, now 15, now 1,500. What do you give? 15, 14, now 15. What do you give? 15. Yes, now 1,600. What do you give? 16. I'm at 15. Yes, now 17. What do you give? 1,700. Hey, you know what? The more we applaud, the more we raise. 1,700. What do you give? 17. 1,700. Yes, now 18. Now 19. What do you give? 19. Yes, now 2,000. What do you give? 2. What do you give? 2,000. 2,000. I'm at 19. Or are you going to outbeat yourself? 2,000. 2,000. He says. Now 2,100. What do you give? 21. 2,100. I'm at 21. Now Yes, yes. 3,000, now 31. I'm gonna give 31. Now 3,100. I'm gonna give 31. 3,100. I think you should. 31. Are you sure? 3,100. I'm gonna give 31. 31. 31. And I have sold it to the very special gentleman for $3,000. Number 217. Boy, it doesn't get much more fun than that. Thank you so very much. All right, our next item. Where are all my foodies at? If you enjoy good food and a good cocktail, this package is for you. Let's go to New Orleans. Yes. New Orleans is one of my favorite places. If you have never been there, you are missing out. And guess what? Here's your opportunity to go and support the mission of LSSI. You are getting a bottle of Weller Special Reserve, thank you, Eric, and a personalized decanter. Oh, don't joke that. And 2 nights in a major hotel in beautiful New Orleans. You're also getting a New Orleans cooking school experience. This is a 2-hour demonstration, a full meal, recipes and beverages taught by local favorite chefs in New Orleans. How fun is this? So, who's ready to go to NOLA? Let's go. 2,000 where? I'm going to give 2,000. I'm going to buy 2,000. All right, 1,000. Let's go. I'm going to give 1,000. Yes. Now 1,250. Now 1,500. Now 17,500. Now 2,000. Yes. Now 22,500. I'm going to give 22,555. I'm going to give 22,500. I'm at 2,000. Now 22,500. Yes, I think we should make a little noise. Now 22.50, I'm gonna give 22. Oh, but if I 22, I'm at 2,000. Need 22. Need 22.5. I'm gonna give 22.5. 22.50, I'm gonna give 22.5. 22.50, I'm at 2,000. Need 22.5. I'm gonna give 22.5. 22.50, I'm gonna give 22. 22.50, I'm gonna give 22. 22. Yes, yes, yes. Make some noise. And I have sold it for 22.50 by our number 297. Give him a round of applause. Thank you so very much. You're going to have so much fun in New Orleans. All right, our next package. If you're like me, you need options, right? Well, here's the package for you. You've got 5 choices for destinations. Here's the list. You get to choose between New York, between Sonoma, between Disney, between Boston, between New Orleans. So if you didn't get that package, here is still your opportunity. Now, you get some experiences. In the New York getaway, you get 3 nights and a cooking class and a multi-course lunch dinner for 2. In the winemaking region of Sonoma, you get the 3-night stay at the winery with a wine and cheese experience with the sommelier. At the Disney Resort, you're going to get a $500 gift card to Disney, and you're going to stay at the Disney Art of Animation or Disney All-Star Music. How fun. Best of Boston, you're going for 3 nights at the Fairmont with a Samuel Adams brewery experience for 2. Or, if you'd like to still choose New Orleans, you're getting the 3-night stay, dinner, and VIP tickets to a jazz show. How fun is that? So you get your choice. You get your choice. So you might be bidding against someone who wants a different trip than you. Ah, see how fun that is? Let's go. 2,000 where? Yes, let's go. 2,000. Want to give 2. I'm going to buy 2,000. Yes, now 22.5. Now 1,500. Yes, now 27.5. I'm with you. 27.50. Want to give 27.5. Oh, she said yes. Now $3,000. Now 3,000. Want to give 3. I'm at 27.50. Need you at 3,000. Oh, we're gonna have a board meeting. Now 3,000. Want to give 3. Yes. Now 32.5. Want to give 30. Yes. Now 3,500. Want to give 35. 3,500. Hold, please. I have 2 of these packages. Would you do it for 22.50? If I could sell you both one. Yeah. All right, ma'am, Miss Connie. I have you at 32.50, and I'm gonna sell it to you for 32.50. Buyer number 168. 168. Thank you so much. Give Wonderful. Thank you so very much, Connie. I'm so excited that you're going. Thank you so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have one more live auction item for you. And boy, you do not want to miss this. I want to send someone to Mexico. 1,000 where? I would give 1,000. Now 1,250. Now 1,500. Now 17,500. Now $2,000. Now 2,000. I'm gonna give two. Yes, now 2,250. Hold it. I'm feeling wild. I'm feeling wild, sir. I have you at 2,250. Put your paddle up one more time for me. And guess what? He's going to Mexico, number 151 for 2,250. Now hold on. Have you ever seen the Oprah Winfrey Show? If you also would like to go to Mexico for 2,250, get your paddle in the air, because I'm going to send you all to Mexico. Number 120, you're going to Mexico. Number 123, you're going to Mexico. I'm not kidding. I can give one to every single one in here. Number 246, you're going to Mexico. Number 295, you're going to Mexico. Number 299, you're going to Mexico. Numbers 276, you're going to Mexico. Number 157, you're going to Mexico. Anyone else? This is a $4,500 value. 8 days, 7 nights, your choice between 4 luxury members only destinations. Number 208, you're going to Mexico. Anyone else? I don't want you to miss out on this very, yes, number 215, you're going to Mexico. The more you clap, the more we raise. Anyone else? Now's your opportunity. This is a, yes, number 252, you're going to Mexico. Number 213, you're going to Mexico. This is a vacation you can feel very good about taking. Are you sure? Last call for Mexico, a $4,500 value. It can be yours. Give yourselves a great big round of applause. Oh my goodness, you guys know how to have fun and I love it. Well, at this time, I would like to welcome my friend Ruth to the stage. She's going to share with us a little bit about her experience. So right now, Ruth, the stage is all yours.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Ruth Jacob, and I'm the Chief Operating Officer at Lutheran Social Services of Illinois, and I cannot give you a vacation to Mexico. I'm so sorry. As many of you know, I started at LSSI about 25 years ago, actually in the Children's Services programs, foster care and adoption, the programs that we are celebrating and lifting up tonight. And so the programs that we're speaking about and that we're going to watch a video about are very dear to me. Of course, many things have changed at LSSI during the time that I've been there, and certainly since our 155-year founding, many things have changed about how we work with children and families. But there are some constant threads, and one of them is all of you, the true friends of LSSI who have believed in LSSI's mission and supported us through all of these years as well as tonight. So thank you very much for your presence here and your ongoing support. Another constant is the dedication and professionalism of the LSSI staff. And I think as we watch this video, you will see the way that they pour into the children and parents and foster families that they serve, and I believe you will be inspired by their work. Please enjoy.
I'm Lindsay Clark. I have wanted to adopt since I was in high school, but I figured I would follow the more traditional path of getting married, having my own kids, and then pursuing adoption. The marriage part never happened, and I decided, the older I got, the more I was like, okay, I can't control that, but I can control the adoption part. And as I researched adoption, I learned more about foster care. And the more that I learned, the more that I realized there's a huge need. The fear of what could happen was not a good enough reason to say no to that need. My stepsister is a social worker up in Rockford, and I asked her if she knew of anyone the same day I reached out to LSSI.
My name is Norisia Williams, and I am a licensing representative at Lutheran Social Services of Illinois. I am responsible for finding homes that will take our youth in care. It's the biggest thing and it's the biggest challenge. We have the 5 to 6 sibling groups that come in. We have the 12-year-old, the 13-year-old, the 16-year-old, that come into care, and placement disrupts because they're with a relative and we have no homes. We license a home here at our office. That home has a placement like the next day. I'm impressed with Lindsay. She asked a lot of questions, a lot of good questions, and the fact that she had a cat. She has a cat. Fostering is just something she's always wanted to do, and you could tell. I don't know how to explain it, but you could just, you get that feeling.
LSSI has been way more supportive than I expected. If I need a response and I pick up the phone, someone is there and they ask. The kids have received Christmas gifts through LSSI. I have received gift cards to help with the kids' expenses. Diapers are expensive. And I never expected any of that. And all of that just automatically happened and was then dropped off.
My name is Jennifer Ryan, and I'm a child welfare specialist here at LSSI. As a child welfare specialist, I get the privilege to work with families and become part of a larger family, basically. So I just get to become a huge involvement in this family's life with the goal of returning home at the beginning, and most of the time that's our goal. Lindsay's commitment to foster care and the children that she has in her home right now is just undeniable. There have been, struggles with the children, with behavior issues and things like that, but she is so on top of everything. I am learning alongside LSSI staff too. Sometimes things come up and you realize, oh, that was a trigger, or oh, something must have happened around this. You have to be flexible. You have to be flexible because you never know. There's just so much you don't know. There have been times when I have just cried. I had my own meltdown because I didn't know what else to do. I had nothing else to try to help this little guy process what he was going through. I didn't know what to do. I was at my wit's end, and I just sat down in the chair and cried. He came up to me and he says, "Mama, what's wrong?" And I just told him, "Buddy, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to help you right now." And he just patted my back, and I think it was probably a really powerful moment for him too, to see that I also get overwhelmed and it's not just him. Children in foster care are worthy of our investment because they are our future, just the same as any other child. And we need to just stop the generational trauma. And if we can show people and intervene sooner, we can help prevent some of these longer term issues or struggles that they might have in the future. And nothing is perfect. You're never gonna be able to just stop it cold turkey, but if you can generationally improve it, you are changing the course of a family.
We need foster parents, no matter the age, the gender, because we have so many kids that need homes.
I want people to know that foster care isn't easy, but it's extremely rewarding, and you get to care for children at a time that they're feeling vulnerable and not understanding what's going on, and you get to provide that care and love that they need while waiting to possibly get to go home to their families.
Foster parenting has changed me significantly. Life is a lot more rewarding now than it was before. I was a single career woman, and now I have a bigger purpose. To all of the donors who support LSSI and make this possible, I would say thank you. You probably will never see the difference that you are making, but it is there, so thank you.
Our mission tonight is really special to me personally because there are 6 children in my family that were adopted out of LSSI. Yeah, you got a Claude for that, yeah. And so the work we do matters. LSSI has served 42,000 people and children in the last year. 42,000. Yeah, I think that's worth applause. Absolutely. Yep. Through foster care services, through mental health services, through drug and alcohol treatment, through our Intact Family Recovery. I love that program. Its goal is to keep family units together as they navigate a new life of recovery. Affordable senior housing, residential programs for people with developmental disabilities, home care for seniors, and services that help families who have been impacted by incarceration. The scope of our mission is truly incredible. Truly incredible. LSSI has a beautiful history of service and dedication to the most vulnerable in our community. And tonight, we invite you to be a part of our legacy. LSSI is a place where prayers are answered and where dreams are possible. And the reality is there are many individuals and children that are waiting in impossible situations for the hope that LSSI offers. The work that we do here at LSSI is not just agency work. It's a call. It's a heavenly call for many of us. And we invite you tonight to be a part of this call, because the truth is, there are not enough foster homes to house the amount of children that are in care right now in our state. Many children tonight are sleeping on the floor of DCFS offices. And do you know a major reason why individuals and families are not opening their homes to foster care? Or because they are in foster care but then have to leave after just a year or less? It's because there's a real disconnect in our system. Families are not getting the support and the resources that they need to stay in the call of foster care. And LSSI is working tirelessly to change that rhetoric. As you heard Lindsay say in the video, when I call LSSI, they answer the phone. And they help me navigate this thing. And they get me the answers that I need. And they support me. And they even bring Christmas gifts to my kids. That's so valuable. That's such valuable support. LSSI is working very hard to make it possible for more families and individuals like Lindsay to say yes to the call of foster care. I want you to know that tonight your gifts are much more than monetary donations. It is light in darkness for many. It is the bridge from a place of hopelessness to hope. Your investments in LSSI tonight will impact generations. Your gifts tonight will change the trajectory of many lives in our state. So I propose the question to you: how far might the ripple effect go of your yes, of your yes, of your yes, of our collective yes in the next few moments? And so, the time has come. This is why we're here. This is the moment that matters. I'm going to be offering several levels of giving tonight. And it is our hope and our prayer that every individual here under the sound of my voice and joining us online will find a level of giving to participate in. Because everyone has a part to play in this mission. And so, my first level of giving this evening is $10,000. Who would kick us off and say, yes, I would like to kick the giving off tonight and give a transformational gift of $10,000. Is there anyone here? Number 101. Thank you so very much. Thank you so much. Anyone else? This is the opportunity to change the legacies of families in our community. Anyone else at $10,000? Thank you so very much again. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you. I have more levels, don't worry. My goal tonight is for every single person to participate in this moment. My next level of giving tonight is $5,000. I would love to see paddles in the air, putting our passion into action at $5,000. Is there anyone here who would like to kick us off? Number 347, online gift, thank you. Number 110, thank you so very much for your gift. Thank you so much. Virtual attendees, thank you so much. You can click the link in the chat or scan the QR code on your screen. Your participation is crucial tonight. Thank you so much. We have some big goals tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And it's going to take all of us. Our next level of giving is $2,500. Oh, she wasn't going to wait on me. I love that. Number 147, thank you so very much. Number 177, thank you so much. Number 236, thank you so much. Number 229, I see you. Thank you so much. Number 282, thank you so much. Thank you so very much. Now, I love that. Yes, give them a round of applause. The more we clap, the more we raise. I love it. Now, here's a really fun thing. Eric and Jody Drought have said, you know what? We want to do something special. We want to inspire giving in the room tonight. And so, beginning at this level, and for the next two, they are matching up to $25,000 of giving. Yes, that deserves a round of applause. Thank you so much. So that means we needed at least 4 paddles at the $2,500 level, and I think we did it. I think we did it. Yes, amen. Yes. Anyone else at $2,500? I sure don't want to miss you. I know these polls. If you can't get a hold of me, just stand up and yell. Our next level of giving tonight is $1,000. And with our generous match, they're matching the first 10 gifts at the $1,000 level. So what that means for us here in this room is I need at least 10 paddles so that we can maximize our generous match. Number 308, thank you so much. Number 269, thank you so much. Number 130, thank you. Number 114, thank you so much. Number 142, thank you. Number 204, thank you. Number 182, thank you. Number 179, thank you, Tim. Number 162, thank you so much. Number 160, thank you. Number 278, thank you, Richard. Number 240, thank you so much. We met our match. Thank you so much. What a beautiful level. It's just going to get more fun, I promise. Our next level of giving is $500. And guess what? They're matching the first 10 gifts at this level. So that means we have some work to do. Let's see those paddles in the air at $500. Thank you. Number 283, thank you so much. Number 263, thank you. Number 258, thank you. Number 302, thank you so much. Number 223, thank you so much. Number 222, thank you. Number 316, thank you so much. You can keep clapping, that's okay. Number Number 260, thank you. Number 165, thank you so much. Number 148, thank you. Number 108, thank you, Ruth, thank you so much. Number 118, thank you. Thank you for being patient over here. Number 249, thank you so much. Number 234, thank you so much. Oh, we have another one. Number 103, thank you. Number 274, thank you so very much for your $500 gift. Anyone else? Wow. Excellent. My next level of giving is $250. And I like to call this, I see you, number 139. He wasn't going to wait on me. I love it. Number 139. This is a midweek lunch challenge, $20 a month. Number 151. Thank you. 151. Number 189. Thank you. Number 170. 171. Thank you. Number 172. I got you. 172. 116. Thank you, Rob. Number 324. 324. Thank you. Number 309. 309. Thank you, Erica. Number 112. Thank you. Number 136. Number 133. Thank you so very much. Woo! I'm running out of breath. This is awesome. Number 186, thank you. Number 183, number 158, thank you so much. Number 300, thank you. Number 201, thank you, Al. Number 243, thanks, Molly. Number 242, thank you so much. Number 320, thank you. Number 227, thank you so very much. Woo! Number 251, thank you. Number 207, thank you, Bill, thank you. Number 211, thank you, Rita. Number 310, thanks, Pastor Pete, thank you. Woo! Number 286, thank you. Online family, thank you so very much for your giving. I know that you're giving. I'm seeing the paddle go up back there for our online givers. So let's give our online family a round of applause. Thank you for your giving. Oh, I have had so much fun with you all. And so we're just getting started. So hang on. I have one more really fun opportunity. And guess what, online family? You get to play too. This game is called the Paddle Drop. Can we get our slide up there? Thank you. Now, my last level of giving is $100. Now, here's what I love about this game. It beautifully displays the power of community. So even if you've already purchased a live auction item tonight, even if you've already raised your paddle at a previous level of giving, if 100% of us, there's about 250 of us here in this room tonight, if 100% of us participate in this activity alone, imagine the impact that we can have for the mission of LSSI right now. So here's what's going to happen. You're going to put your paddle in the air and you're going to donate $100 to the mission of LSSI. And when you do, our volunteers go. They're putting them up. They're going to come around and collect your paddle Come on, volunteers, collect the paddles. They're going to collect your paddle for a $100 donation. And that means that you have a chance to win this. Tonight's lucky winner, plus 3 guests, will enjoy a 5-night stay at the Bahamas. So for a $100 donation, you could win a trip to the Bahamas. I think that's worth $100. I think it is. Let's collect these paddles. Thank you so much. I want to see 100% participation right now. Look at this table. Thank you so much. Oh, yes, look at this. I think every single person at this table has given us their paddle. Wow, thank you so much. $100 for a chance to win. For a chance to win a Bahamas trip. I think you should. We want to make a huge impact for LSSI, and here's how you can do it. Thank you. Bring them up to the stage. Hurry, hurry, hurry. I don't want to miss anyone. This is a really fun opportunity. I see a couple more. Let's bring them up to the stage. Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? That's right. That's right. That's right. Clap a little bit. That's right. We're raising money. This is a good day. All right. Did we get them all? I don't want to miss anybody. All right. Where's Megan? Where's my friend Megan? Oh, we have one more. Oh, every gift matters. Thank you so much. Oh, there she is. Okay, front and center, my dear. Does everybody know Megan? Give it up for my friend Megan here. She's worked really hard to help put this event on. So here's what's going to happen, family. Here's what's going to happen. My team is going to toss the paddles in the air, and Megan is going to, I hope you tipped her on the way in, because she's going to reach out and grab our winner. Okay? So on the count of 3, help me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Just one, just one, just one. It's okay, pick one up. 3, 2, 6, Taylor Hall. Please give yourselves one more big round of applause. Thank you so very much. We are committed to being good stewards of every gift, and we thank you so much. Well, at this time, I would like to invite John to the stage. John, there he is. Thank you so very much. Please give a round of applause for John as he comes to the stage. Thank you so very much. Oh, he's already here. There he is.
Thank you. Good evening. I'm John Rudy. I'm honored to chair. Oh, thank you, table. I am honored to act as chair for the board of directors for LSSI. And I have to say, others have already said it, but it is so wonderful to see us together in a room sharing fellowship and a wonderful cause to support. Thank you for your generosity tonight for LSSI. Strong leadership is critical for a complex human service organizations like LSSI. Over 1,000 employees, and you've heard 42,000 clients throughout the state of Illinois. A strong governance structure is important, and the board provides that. But the needs of our clients are constantly upheld by the strong leadership team that we have and all the employees of LSSI. Mark Stuttrud is our president and CEO. He'll be up in a moment. He takes this responsibility very seriously. He provides strong and compassionate and very strategic leadership for the agency, for which we are very thankful. For those of you who do support LSSI, as we have tonight, or if you're an employee of LSSI, or if you've been served by LSSI, you can rest assured that it's the people that we serve that really guide our organization, and Mark makes that happen for us. So Mark, please come up to the podium.
Well, good evening. It's good to see you all. It's a joy to meet in person. Mic on? Am I good? Good. We have an in-person gathering, we have a virtual gathering, and it's great to have both venues, but it is nice to be in person with you all. It is a time of joy and celebration. I note the enthusiasm on the paddle raise. I'm wondering if it's because as a church we don't do gambling, so I'm thinking this is some type of a pent-up response to that. I'm not sure, but it's wonderful to see, and thank you so much for your generosity. Thank you, John Rudy, our chair. Thank you to our board of directors, to our foundation board, Cornerstone Foundation. I want to particularly thank this evening's corporate sponsors, specifically BMO Harris Bank, Harney Group, the Agner Foundation, Baker Tilly, Montrose Behavioral Health Hospital, and Wintrust. Thank you, as well as the generosity of our individual sponsors, Kent and Liz Doughton, and Eric and Jody Drought. And thanks so much for that sponsorship and generosity. I'd like to recognize our 3 bishops who also serve on the LSSI Board of Directors. We have Bishop John Roth, Central Southern Synod, Bishop Ehil Curry, the Metro Chicago Synod, and our newly elected Northern Illinois Synod Bishop, Stacy Fiddler. So thank you, bishops. We have, as I mentioned, we've gotten creative in the way that we've held this event over the past couple of years because of the pandemic and the inability to meet in person. And so we've had virtual and small group meetings over the past couple of times. And in 2020, we honored Mark and Kathy Helge for their commitment to LSSI. The Helges, we invited the Helges to come to this evening and to be in person with us since it was virtual before, but they were unable to. But I want to thank and recognize Mark and Kathy Helge. And I've had the honor this evening of sitting next to Bev Moody. And last year we honored Bev Moody and the life of her late husband, Dick. And from the applause I know, many of you know Bev and Dick's strong faith and deep commitment to supporting their congregation and Lutheran Social Service of Illinois. Beautiful relationship that's been ongoing for so many years. Thank you, Bev. And we had a great small group celebration last year in the fall. But I'd like you, Bev, again to stand so that we can recognize you since you're present. It's been mentioned that we will celebrate our 155th anniversary of our founding, 1867. People of faith banded together for the betterment of their community, founded the Andover Children's Home. This is our mission, our heart. And this tonight really does mark, a part of this length of service in the 41st True Friend event, otherwise known as Amicus Circuits. In this tradition, in the philanthropic generosity, volunteerism that has sprung from the first event has been integral to the LSSI program support. In fact, it launched the Women's Network of LSSI, so I'd like the members of the network to stand tonight so we can thank them for their prayerful support and the role that they've played in our history, particularly these last 41 years. So would you stand, Women's Network? An amazing group. I thank you a great deal. You're making a difference in the lives we serve. And the auction and the paddle raise are a response, are examples of your generosity. And for all of this and more, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's often difficult to measure or capture the true significance of your giving because it's embedded in our daily work. I have the privilege of seeing it most every day that I'm working. And the video earlier gave us a glimpse into the dedication of our staff and the impact on those in our foster care program, which we served nearly 2,800 children last year. Well, LSSI was founded, as I mentioned earlier, as a child welfare organization, and that really does continue to be a large part of our work. We reach across the lifespan in support, providing school-based counseling to elementary and high school students, finding safe, affordable apartments for seniors, offering free bus rides so children can enjoy a visit with their incarcerated mom, helping children and adults in crisis access the mental health treatment. And 3 years ago, LSSI initiated an effort to fund strategic service priorities. We focused on our mission, where we were headed as an organization and as a leader in human and social service. And this initiative is known as Expansion of Our Hearts. And Expansion's message truly resonated with support across Illinois. We were humbled that so many people came and became involved with gifts and pledges. Thank you. If you've not heard yet of the initiative, expansion of our hearts. I look forward to sharing more with you soon, and many of you in the Lutheran Church will hear about this on Good Shepherd Sunday when we celebrate our shared ministry. By leading lives of compassion, all of us can expand our hearts in the care of children and families, in providing loving homes for those with developmental disabilities, in providing support for those with substance use or mental health issues, in caring for seniors in home and across communities in Illinois with affordable housing, and uplifting adults and children impacted by incarceration. For all of this and more, thank you for joining us tonight and for expanding your hearts to help us walk with those we serve. And now for a fun part of our program this evening, and that is my privilege of presentation of True Friend Award to Bill Fleck. We give the True Friend Award annually to those who have made significant contributions to the human community. In 1933, Bill was 8. Should I repeat that? In 1933, Bill was just 8 years old. And so you can do the math now. When a Sunday school class at St. Simon's Lutheran Church in Chicago heard about the need for kids for the orphans at Nachusa Lutheran Home, and the church made a commitment to support the orphanage, and Bill's fellow Sunday school classmates expanded their hearts, collecting pennies and nickels to help. Keep in mind, this is at the heart of the Depression. Pennies and nickels were a big deal. Bill's been supporting LSSI ever since. He never misses an opportunity to support us, whether it's collecting money in front of Jewel, presenting LSSI to his congregation, Christus Victor, or serving on the board of LSSI's Cornerstone Foundation. And Bill says, I've always had a soft spot and passion for LSSI because they do things that we're asked to do as Christians. And I would be remiss if I did not thank you, Bill, for your service in the Navy during World War II. In addition to his serving, he was called to build a wooden casket for a fallen soldier on Easter morning on Ebi Island in the Pacific. You think about that for a minute. His commanding officer knew that Bill had learned the skill from his father, who was a master woodworker, who carved mandolins and violins, and he says he built that coffin on Resurrection Sunday with a profound sense of knowing the soldier's parents must have been thinking of their son. And Bill continued in his woodworking hobby, which includes making small hand-carved crosses that he gives to friends and congregation members, including babies being baptized at his church. In action and deed, Bill truly responds to the gospel. He serves as a shining example of our mission. I have a cross of Bill's hanging on my rearview mirror in my truck to remind me to be a Christian man when I'm driving. And it's a good reminder. It's a very good reminder. Before I hand the award and the microphone to Bill, I want to share a detail that's really a departure from past awards. This year, we decided to present Bill with a custom award that honors his ministry to others through his woodworking. So let me get that out. This is really special to me and to Bill, to everyone. It's a handmade wooden cross that's mounted on 2 pieces of oak door casings from Nachusa Lutheran Home. And there are even a couple of nail holes under the plaque, on above and below from the door. It's a beautiful piece and a beautiful memory piece as well. Bill, for those who are grateful recipients of your time, talents, your generosity, thank you. And on behalf of Lutheran Social Service of Illinois, I'm honored to present you with the 2022 True Friend Award. Congratulations. Yep.
Thank you, Mark.
My pleasure, Bill. My pleasure. Love you. Let's turn it around. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're going to help me.
Without the emotion that I feel right now. But I should say, the peace of the Lord be with you. Thank you. I have written this in an atmosphere of not all of this emotion. And now I think I should qualify what I've written with the emotions that I feel. I'm not a rich man. I worked as an engineer, mechanical engineer. I loved that job. But we got involved early in what LSSI doing, and that touched Jean in my heart. I share this honor with my wife, Jean. I first heard about LSI when I was a young boy. Early in our marriage, Jean belonged to Welka, and they helped LSI, especially at Edison Park home. The women had a thrift shop, an annual dinner dance, children's tag day, Christmas bazaar, and other events. And Jean expected me to help. Yeah. Like I said, I've never been a rich man, but I think as I go through this speech, I will show or tell you other ways that you can be helpful to SSI by using your God-given talents. Our church council included a CHUSA in our budget, and each year at our annual meeting, a volunteer would agree to make a trip to the CHUSA to identify their needs, which we in turn sent donations to help. In 1991, as our church council president, it became evident that we weren't able to continue as a congregation. Excuse me, I got a runny nose from crying. Yeah. I'm not a tough guy, I'm emotional. We weren't able to continue as a congregation. It was my duty to disband the congregation, a congregation that I belonged to from the age of 5 to 67. The church had $40,000 invested, and our congregation decided we would give that $40,000, that money to LSSI in 2 interest-bearing accounts. One was named LSI Shutters, and the other was named LSSI Anquist. Our 2 retired pastors, they would receive the interest from those monthly interest from those accounts for the rest of their lives. Sadly, they only lived 2 years, and now LSI had full control to use the $40,000 as they needed. 2 of our dearest friends were childless. They contracted LSSI and adopted a baby boy, and I became his godfather. A few years later, they adopted a baby girl from LSI. And before those kids could speak, when those kids could speak. We were Aunt Jean and Uncle Bill. They are now in their 50s, and each has 2 teenage children. And I still remain Uncle Bill. For many years, I have spoken to my current congregation on Good Shepherd Sunday weekend about the work of LSI does, showing them the DVD of many LSI ministries. Woodworking has been my hobby. Over the years, I have built and repaired furniture, cabinets, bookcases, etc. for friends and family. I didn't accept money, but I did ask that in return, they send a donation to LSSI or our church. This is another way to generate funds, and I'm very grateful that these wishes have been respected. 27 years ago, my pastor asked me if I would make wooden crosses for our confirmation kids. I didn't know then that he meant confirmation camp up at Carthage College, and I needed to make over 200. So began my cross ministry. Over many years, I have made over 10,500 crosses. They've been given to doctors. Thank you. Doctors, nurses, new members of our congregation, graduates of Anderson House, babies on the occasion of their baptism. As I visited other churches, I would always hand out a few. They have made their way into many states, and some have even made their way to Europe, Afghanistan, and Israel. I have put aside 5,000 to be given at the next National Youth Assembly in 1924. Yeah. At this time, where is, I forgot, somebody was going to tell you about those boxes on your table.
You can tell them. You can tell them. You
Yeah?
tell them.
All right.
You tell them.
Yeah. There is one for each of you at your place setting in a box. You may open it now, and it's yours to keep. Or if you see somebody who needs a cross, I always tell that person, give it to him. You can always get another one. In 1994, Gene and I became life members of Cornerstone, and this past July, I finished my term as trustee. As a trustee, I've seen firsthand the good work that LSSI does and how well LSI functions at their various centers. And I'm glad that I have been able to do this vital ministry, and I'm grateful and humbled to receive this honor. It seems to me I forgot something in here. I don't know. Yeah. But anyhow, I just wanted to show you that there's other ways of helping LSI raise money. Use your talents. You'll be surprised what you can do. And I've always told people, when we have special occasions, anniversaries, funerals, so on and so forth, make a donation to LSSI or to my church, and you'll be surprised how much money you can save or generate for this good work. May the peace of the Lord be with you, and bless you for your continued support of LSSI.
Thank you, Bill. I'm thinking about 89 years of fundraising, compounded with inflation, and the number is huge. That's right. Congratulations to you and the board. Well, I've had the privilege this evening of sitting next to Dr. Evisha Ford. It's been great to get to know you. She is a former LSSI foster parent who eventually adopted her two sons through foster care. A licensed clinical social worker with a doctorate in educational leadership, Dr. Ford has devoted her career and her personal life to the advocacy of children and families. Whether it's providing therapeutic intervention and linkages to youth who are homeless, or building capacity to support the needs of vulnerable youth through training, or understanding the complex needs of young children and the critical nature of early intervention, Dr. Ford is definitely making a difference. During her time as a foster parent with LSSI, Dr. Ford not only cared for brothers Josiah and Nolan, eventually adopting them, but she also was a mentor to mothers. Dr. Ford founded the iCan Dream Center in Tinley Park, designed to address the recreational, emotional, and post-secondary needs of youth with disabilities along with their families. Dr. Ford, thank you. It is an honor to have you as our keynote speaker.
Thank you all. My heart is so full tonight. I am really privileged and blessed to speak to audiences and people about a lot of things, but this is actually the first occasion that I've had the opportunity to speak about something that is so close to my heart. And so I am just, my heart is so full. I don't think I should have had to follow Bill in speaking. Yet here I am. I want to acknowledge my partner, Jerome Brown, for being here, and my right-hand lady, my Director of Development, Katie, from the iCan Dream Center. Thank you, guys. So how did I get to this platform with this microphone? In 2007, I went on a missions trip with my church to China, and amongst other things, I volunteered my time at an orphanage. I was so moved by those children whose parents would not or could not care for them. And it was an exciting time to be in China because the city was under construction in preparation for the Olympics. And so not only was Beijing being changed, but my heart was being changed over the next year. I went from being resolved not to parent to a complete clarity and commitment to eventually foster and adopt. 5 years later, I'm considering marriage, and I knew that a proposal was on the horizon. I had been certain to avoid the topic of child rearing because I knew it was on my heart. And so one evening in the car, we sat there and I had a lump in my throat, and so I popped the question, what do you think about foster care adoption? Well, as you can imagine, and the reason I'm standing here before you is that the answer was yes. Fast forward to 2014, and I was going through my pride classes, which is what's required to become a licensed foster parent. And I received so much information in that time about obtaining my license, but also information that began to shape my prayers. I learned that expectant mothers of color had 4 to 6 options to choose from for parents, while white mothers had upwards of 30 options. I also learned that there was a disproportionate number of boys in childcare. And so I began to pray that my heart would be open to boys who needed a home at just the right time. In fact, I prayed for 2 boys specifically. So after I completed our classes, the first call came and my son was born. It was love at first sight. I couldn't imagine a more perfect being. When I knew that he would be with us forever, I actually considered stopping at 1 because I didn't want my son to ever feel like he was anything but my first choice. So for about 10 months, I baby wore, and he was constantly tied to the front of me. My friends and family joked that they didn't get to see anything but the top of his head until his first birthday. I was on vacation, nervously leaving him with our nanny, and I received this video. He had taken his first steps, and I began to cry because I couldn't believe that I had missed these first steps 2 weeks after his first birthday. And my family quickly turned my tears into laughing because they said, "How could he ever walk if you're always holding him?" Within weeks of Nolan's first birthday, I received a call from Lutheran Social Services again, and there was another baby boy born to a mom who was incarcerated. The mother had expected the biological father to pick up the child, and well, it had been 24 hours and he hadn't arrived. So on Cinco de Mayo, my honorary Mexican baby was born, and 2 days later, he showed up to my house from a Lutheran social service worker wrapped in a tiny blue blanket. The first month was a whirlwind. 2 small children. I thought I was going crazy. I'm not sure that I didn't. So I started to look at him and wonder what his biological mother might be thinking, what she was experiencing. And so I asked the Lutheran social service worker to set up a meeting, and they acquiesced. And so I met her for the first time, and she was shackled. We were in a tiny room, and what I realized is that she was not only shackled physically, but that she was captured by a sadness and a despair. I tried to reassure her that Roy was being cared for and that he was well loved, and that I would always be there to answer her questions. I had this feeling that I could only describe as knowing that she needed a mother's hug. And so me being me, I asked the guards if I can hug her, and they said, sure. And so as I wrapped my arms around her and I felt her body soften in mine, I knew that this experience would be different than the first time. So she and I exchanged letters. I sent photos, and she talked about her progress. I learned that she'd also been a foster child and that she'd been in multiple placements separate from her sister. She didn't want Roy, who'd been her 3rd surviving child. She wanted to raise Roy, who had been her 3rd surviving child that she'd given birth to. I was writing one particular letter, and as I drafted the words to encourage her on her progress, it occurred to me that I wasn't just parenting 2 children, that I actually had an adult one in my care as well. Not surprisingly, she was released early, and she wanted to parent Roy. At this time, he was 2, and he'd become a part of our family. And it was tough because I was supporting her, but I was also loving this child that she'd given birth to. During that time, as he became part of our family, I begged her to allow us to become his guardians. The caseworkers, her attorney, and her mother asked her to allow us to parent him. And I agreed to have an open adoption like my oldest child. And she never outright said no. She just cried, and then I would cry. On September 11, 2017, we were in court, and the judge proclaimed that we had to the end of the day to pack Roy's things and he would return home. We made calls as we drove from court on what would be the last of a dozen court hearings. And I could hear the voice of our licensing agent in my head saying that the goal of foster care is return home. So by every account, this was a success story. When we arrived home, our friends and family had gathered, and they had food, and they said what felt like last goodbyes. My oldest son was too young to understand what was happening, but I reassured him that he would always be with us. Meanwhile, Nolan's biological mother was expecting. We were in regular contact with her, and we spoke with her, and we speak with her on holidays and on birthdays. And I asked her, do you need anything? I have baby clothes. How can we help you? And she assured me that her aunt on the East Coast would be taking her baby. So imagine my surprise when I received a phone call from the hospital saying that she'd given birth and left our names to pick up the baby. So, while grieving the situation with Roy, we went to pick up our bonus baby, an amazing and perfect boy who continues to surprise us with joy and came into our lives at just the perfect time. Now I have 2 beautiful boys. They have the same bio mom with whom we speak on regular occasions. And they are my walking proof that God answers prayers. My oldest child often says, Mom, I know you prayed for 2 boys, but you should have prayed for a boy and a girl because 2 boys are very annoying. We still get to visit with Roy, and the 3 boys certainly regard themselves as brothers. Roy calls me his mommy, and he refers to his mom as the other mommy, and I'm always a listening ear for encouragement when needed. So my hope is that she will recall our season together as feeling extremely cared for. Foster care, parenting is so important. And I'd like to think that during my short time, I provided a bridge over troubled waters. And so I want to say thank you, each of you in this room, for your contribution and for the bridge that you are providing over troubled waters for so many families. Thank you for being here, for your contributions. Thank you for listening to my story and for continuing to support the work of Lutheran Social Services of Illinois.